Which almost feels like I've got to ask you about two different games. You had the first half an hour, 3-0 down inside 24 minutes or so, and then sort of almost a near stunning fight back.
Yeah, it was uncharacteristic first 20 minutes from us that blew us away, and however much credit you want to give to an opposition, it wasn't through that. It was just some really sloppy play from us, and no energy in the team. Defensively, we looked really open. At the top, we had no outlet at the top. Midfield runners were going off us. They were getting down the sides of us. Crosses were coming in the box too easily, and therefore goals are scored against you. If you defend like that as a team, then you're going to get goals conceded against you. And I'll be honest, at 3-0, I thought this could be 6 or 7. And I had to make the change. I had to, and it was a double substitution that, in the end, worked out for us. And we've managed to get ourselves back in the game at 3-2. But you can't defend like that. You can't go 3 goals down in the first 20 minutes and expect to go and win a game. I said to the boys at half time that now I want to see a Bath City team go out there second half. I want to see character. I want to see us move the ball actually and play, because we did. We passed the ball really well second half, some really good phases. But like I say, without repeating myself, the defensive display first half from the whole team was an absolute disaster.
How early in your mind was that double substitution? Obviously, it didn't change your mind, even though we pulled a goal back for Michi Affetti.
No, it was around, if I'm being honest, around the 15-20 minute mark, and maybe I should have done it a little bit earlier. Was it 30 minutes? I think I made the substitutions. And like you said, the goal didn't affect my thought process whatsoever. It's a game there that's got away. I said against Billericay, it's a game that's got away from us, and I believe this one is as well. They sat off us, didn't press us, let us play. And like I said, we got between the lines well. We had some real good phases second half. The disappointing thing, I guess, at 3-2, we didn't really have a chance after that. I don't think we're going to get an equaliser. I felt as if it could come, and I guess the crowd felt it as well. You could feel they were trying to suck it in for us down there. The away support was superb today, and I must apologise for that first 20 minutes on behalf of my staff and my players, because it was unacceptable. They made a big effort to come this far, and I value their support tremendously. They were vocal, even at 3-0 they were vocal, and we didn't give them their money back in that first 20 minutes. They clapped us off at the end because they saw the effort, but I can't be happy with that first 20 minutes display.
Put any of it down to the journey, the late arrival?
Listen, people talk about it. We didn't get it till, what time is it, 25 to 3?
Something like that, yeah.
25 to 3, we didn't get it. It's our own doing. There's a lot of traffic around, and it's our own doing. We've got to be professional enough to get here on time. We have to be professional enough then to deal with it. We got the kick-off slightly delayed. I guess your patterns and your and the way your routine is before a game gets affected. Of course it does. The warm-up was completely different than what we do normally. But players will use that as an excuse, I guess. My players won't. Staff won't. I'm not using it as an excuse. But it should be better from us as a club. We should arrive at the right time.
You saw Barnet a couple of times going into this. Were they what you expected?
Yeah, totally. I said to the boys, John's been around the block. He knows the non-league. He didn't underestimate us. Uncharacteristically, his teams normally of old would be high press. They'd always be very direct. They sat off us. They went mid-pitch. They tried to play. So when they got it, it was almost like first half was bizarre. It was like a training session. Someone said, "Look, here's an attack going to go against a defence that are not allowed to tackle and be very passive," and that was us. And we didn't lay a finger on them, and that's why we conceded 3 goals. And that's not us at all. It was so unlike a Bath City team, that. But it shows the characters we've got, I guess. I'll take that away as a positive, that we came back and got back in the game at 3-2. But another one that's gone missing for us. And I'll make no bones about it. Injuries are really affecting us. We're missing James Morton, Sean Rigg, Andy Watkins, and they're big players for us. And at the moment, players that are in there aren't quite coming up to the level that we expect. And even ones who are in good form have come away from it a little bit. So I've challenged them there to go away and have a little think about that. We're in a good position in the league. We've gone out of the FA Trophy now and the FA Cup, so that's disappointing. But our focus is, of course, going to be on the league, and we want to consolidate and get ourselves in that playoff spot.
And a couple of positives. Goals from Michi Affetti almost out of nothing, getting us back to 3-1, and then Adam Mann back on the scoring trial again with a superb pass from Joe Rains and ball in from Anthony Straker. So it showed you did have it in them, but it just took a while to get going this afternoon.
No, it was all there. Second half you could see the patterns. You saw the bravery on the ball. You see how we want to play as a team. Michi's picked up a second phase on the edge of the box and drilled in a lovely finish. I think the think goal was a fantastic move, actually, a really good passing move. What we try and do, we try and get switches of play out wide, pull back by Strakes, and a good finish from Manny. I want more. I want more from the players. I'm not happy to lose here 3-2. Some people may say, well, it's a division up. It's a team that have got 30 odd players in their squad and nice stadium, bigger budgets and things. Don't buy into it. I expected. I wanted to come here and win this game, and to lose 3-2, I guess is really disappointing here Saturday night, because if it was 2 or 1 goal you concede, you get a chance. But conceding 3, you're battling to get back in the game, and we did do that, but we've just not managed to pull it over the line.
What's the situation with some of these loan players now? Dion Moore, Mo Baghdadi came on. I think they were initially on a month. You got a couple of others which run out in January. What's your sort of thoughts behind them? Looking to renew perhaps, or are you going to bring in a few new faces? Because obviously the squad is still threadbare.
No, we had a staff meeting on Thursday night, so we discussed exactly that recruitment. Dion and Mo are up December the 18th, so something we need to look at. The other lads would be around January the 5th. Tom Smith, I think, James Morton, Misha Fetty as well. So listen, we need to address that. We started the process. So I've highlighted some other players that I've been looking at, but I need to make sure I get the right ones in, the right characters in, as you know. So then we'll have a little look. Hopefully Riggy won't be too far away. James Morton hopefully is not too far away. They'll be too massive for us back. Andy Watkins had a real tough time of it through his hernia and having to go back in and be opened up again because he had an infection. And then he's gone down with flu this week, so he's had a real tough time of it. But yeah, I do need to address that and make sure we get it right.
And finally, next week, back to league action against Chelmsford City, one of these sort of big up and atom sides. So what are you expecting from them?
I know about Rod's teams. We owe them one, don't we? Because we went up there and put in a really good performance and lost because we lost Robbie to a sending off, which wasn't, and we got that rescinded. We owe them one for sure. Always good games against Chelmsford. Thoroughly looking forward to it. We need to get back in the league and back to winning ways quickly, because like I said, the Christmas campaign is going to be really key. We've got 3 local derbies. We've got the 2 Chippenham ones and the Western one in between, and the Chelmsford one before that, which come out of the back of them, you'll be starting to think and realise where you may be in the league. So no, we've got to knuckle down. We'll have a really hard week of training next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Lots of hard work in it, lots of detail, and then look forward to the Chelmsford game.